Brightest blessings, everyone. Yeah, I know I just came out with a bitch box and everything, and I think I'm going to come out with another one. Now, this didn't just happen just recently, as happened a few weeks ago. Everybody knows I'm going back to school, and I was actually interning, but I had to put a stop to that. See, when you go to school and you pay to go to school and you're not able to work because you're going to school full time and you're interning, which is technically working without pay. So before anybody calls me a lazy motherfucker who doesn't want to get off my fat ass and work, just remember that I was working, just not for any monetary compensation. Basically to pay my dues in the industry so I can get a really high-paying job after I graduate. Usually when that stuff happens, money has to come from somewhere. Right now I have my girlfriend paying for almost everything except for a few things. And ran out of money. I don't have the money to pay for anything right now. So what do? Well, you go down and ask for help from the state. I mean, that's what it's there for. It's not like I'm a welfare queen or the ones that I call welfare whores, where they're asking for money every month and food stamps and health care and everything. And they repeatedly get it over and over and over again. You know, everybody calls them welfare queens. I call them welfare whores. But see, it's not like I don't think that welfare doesn't have its place. It's there to help people when they're down and out, much like me. Now, it's not like I've never paid into the system before. I work. I pay taxes. Well, I paid taxes when I worked, and I still pay taxes now that I don't, with tax for everything that you pay for, that you buy, food or whatever. It's called sales tax. Now, and of course, then there's property taxes and all that stuff, which I have. But gee, every single time, now trust me, I've only applied once for unemployment, and I was subsequently denied because my place of work wanted to be assholes. I pay into unemployment insurance. I should be able to get unemployment when I am fucking unemployed. I pay into the tax system in sales tax and in income tax when I work. But you see, when I went to apply for food stamps, I didn't even apply for, access, and access is like our public health care, because I know for a fact that I could not get it. Doesn't matter that my income is absolute zero. Doesn't matter that I'm trying to better myself by going to school and by working for free at an internship, so I don't become a welfare queen, or, in this case, a welfare whore. The fact that I don't have any children or underage dependents means it doesn't matter that anything else is happening, or nothing else matters. I cannot receive health care at all, period, through my state. And apparently, I thought the only thing that I could receive was food stamps. Every little bit helps. Now, I have never in my life ever applied for food stamps in any place that I have ever been. Ever. And I felt completely defeated that I had to do so. But when I walked in there and waited for hours on end after filling out a huge, and I do mean huge, application for it. And waited and waited and waited and waited almost the entire day just to be seen, to turn in my paperwork. She just looks at it and says, "I'm sorry, but you're not qualified." Well, why am I not qualified? Do I make too much? No, I don't make anything. Well, is it because I don't have children? No, that's not the case. You don't have to have children in order to get food stamps in this thing. Is it because I've never paid taxes? No, I pay taxes. It's because I'm actually trying to better myself and not become the welfare whore that everybody knows about. I'm not trying to suck off the teat of our state and our country, because I am working hard to make sure that I actually get a good paying job at one point in time. Because you would think that if I was a full-time student, I'd get some sort of special recognition, right? Oh yeah, I get special recognition, all right. Because I'm a full-time student, I also have to be working. If I wasn't a full-time student, I wouldn't have to be working. Does that make any sense to you? Now, I understand a lot of you people, especially conservatives, would say, well, of course we want you working. We don't want you sitting on your fat ass waiting for people to hand shit out to you. And I understand that. I do. The issue I have is that I'm not sitting on my fat ass waiting for my handout. I'm going to school full time. Now, if I was just staying at home and wasn't going to school and I wasn't working, then I understand. But not only am I working, I'm working for free. It just doesn't count because I'm not getting paid. You see, that stipulation doesn't even come into effect unless I'm a full-time student. Don't you think if they're going to give some sort of special consideration, it would be that I wouldn't have to work because I am going to school to try to better myself? Wouldn't that make any sense? You think it would. At least I think that it should, or would, or could. What does this say to me? And what is it I think this should say to you? Well, it means that the government is saying one thing and encouraging something completely different. They are saying they want you to get off your ass and work and help yourself. But when you actually get off your ass to do something to improve yourself, such as going back to school and interning, then they shut you out completely. Completely. So to me, Republicans, I'm saying this to you Republicans, and to you conservatives, your beliefs and your thoughts on this matter are shown in your actions. And I'm sorry, but that action does not say to me that you're looking for someone to get off their dead ass. It says to me that you want to keep the welfare whores on because it gives you something to bitch about, to try to defeat the Democrats. Yeah, this just really sucks dick. It really does. Blessed be.